We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-DAVID-P. I am going to make a promise. I'm going to make this public so that you can hold me accountable. We get so many voicemails that last year I told you, hey, we have like 2,000 voicemails that we need to go through, 3,000, 3,500. Upon return from the New Year's break, we have 4,100 voicemails that we have not been able to listen to. I am going to make every effort to get that down at least under 3,000 and soon. We're going to work our way through the voicemails. And here is a voicemail that came in over the weekend about a caller who's very triggered and says, how can I say the economy is any good? The economy is obviously trash. Let's see what he has to say. I'm interested.
David, why are you acting like the economy is so booming and good?
Because I look at the data. This is not a show about my opinion. My opinion is irrelevant. I'm looking at the data, and that's why I say the economy is good.
The economy is absolute trash.
Oh.
There are no jobs.
Oh. We actually have record low unemployment.
Everything is so freaking expensive.
Inflation was 0 in October, 0.1 in November, and year over year inflation is down to 3.1%.
Interest rates are through the roof.
Interest rates are down 2 points and coming down further.
Kids can't even buy a house.
Well, okay. Kids can't even buy a house. I don't know what age you're thinking of. That part may be true.
What would you be doing if you weren't doing YouTube, man?
I'd probably be working in finance, to be honest. I was all set to go into finance, and then they pulled me into podcasting.
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
No, I would almost certainly be working in finance, yeah.
I mean, you have to sit there and talk crap about Trump every single day to put food on your table, man.
I don't have to. I choose to, sir, and that's a big difference.
If you didn't have that, you'd be totally screwed, man.
Right.
But I'm telling you this right here. There is no jobs. Nobody is spending money.
Actually, GDP has been up dramatically.
The economy is in the hole. I'm not talking about Trump or Biden. I'm not saying right or left, red or blue. I'm telling you the facts. The economy is in the dumps.
I would love it if he was able to present a single statistic that suggests that. We don't have a perfect economy. And again, you know, we started at the top of the show by pointing out, just because they're lying about oil production being down when it's actually up, doesn't mean we like using oil as a source of energy. They are lying about oil production being down, and I wish it were, and that we were getting off of oil and going over to green energy. In the same way, just because the economy is doing really well by all historical metrics doesn't mean that we say, hey, I'm satisfied, we don't need to do any better. There are people without access to healthcare. 40% of the country can't meet an unexpected $1,000 expense without putting it on a credit card or borrowing from friends and family or otherwise going into debt. Wages have not kept up with inflation over the longer period of time. There's a whole list of problems, but we are doing way better than we were. We are not the be-all end-all of a Northern European-style democracy and economy, but we have made improvements, and we have to recognize that if you are measuring how well the economy is doing differently depending on who's president, then you're being biased, okay? I look at the same metrics no matter who is president. I don't go into a rabbit hole and focus on one metric when it's a Democrat and then another when it's a Republican in order to make the Democrat look good and the Republican bad. But we have to be honest. We have to be forthright here and say, if we take the top 5, 6, 7 metrics we use to say, how is the economy doing? The economy is doing quite well. All right. What is coming up in 2024? So many things. Live streams related to election results and political rallies will be resuming in just a week or so. We will be launching the new David Pakman Show website in about 6 weeks. I know it's becoming like the new healthcare plan of Trump. And I keep saying, we're like a month away. We're like a month away. I actually have no clue about website design. So I look at it, I'm like, I don't know, it seems almost done. Must be 2 weeks away. But there's actually a lot of work here. The next big thing is setting up the members area on the new website, which is going to be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But it's just not quite done yet. We're targeting roughly February 15th for the launch of the site. So that'll be happening. We are going to be revamping a lot of the visual elements on the show. Like, for example, when, you know, these little blue graphics come up and stuff like that. By the way, if someone in the show audience knows how to do this type of graphic and just revamp these, please get in touch, because we will do it. And if you want to do it pro bono, great. If you want to give me a price quote, that's fine too. Email info@davidpakman.com. But please know what you're doing. Sometimes I get people who send me weird things produced in you know, like Microsoft Paint, and I'm like, obviously these are not the caliber of what we need. But if you can do the graphics, please get in touch. A lot of great things are coming up, including some very special guests. And on today's bonus show, we will talk about a landmark ruling by the Israeli Supreme Court rejecting right-wing changes to the judiciary, a great thing. We are going to talk about more states increasing child tax credits in 2024. And we will talk about a Florida woman suing Hershey for millions, saying Reese's candies don't have carved designs. This is one of those wild Florida man stories, except it's about a Florida woman. All of those stories and more when producer Pat joins me for the first time of the year, just upcoming. Sign up at joinpakman.com. Use the coupon code, courageously use it, Save Democracy 24. I will see you on the first bonus show of the year in mere moments. Otherwise, we'll be back here tomorrow.